Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Sneha Nair of LG Institute of Applied Sciences. In the last video, we had already started with Semester 5 Physical Chemistry, paper number 303, Unit 3B, which is Polymer Chemistry. As I am sure of that you would have gone through that chapter once again, and in the last video, we had covered some important topics of the definition of polymer and the classification of polymer. In this coming unit, we'll be studying about the different type of polymers, which was called as copolymers in detail. Now, as I already discussed in the last lecture also, what do you mean by copolymers? Now, when two or more different monomer units are joined with one another to result into the formation of a polymer, they will be called as copolymer. The simplest example to understand is, see, when we were in school, if you would have started in a girls and boys school, you were called as, it is called as co-education. Why? Because there were girl as well as boy in that particular same school. So similarly, copolymers will also take into account two different type of monomer units will be joined with one another, and then they will result into the formation of a polymer. Now, the simplest example, if we understand of copolymer is, in this case, we have taken a butadiene. N moles of butadiene is reacted with N moles of styrene in the presence of sodium. So when they are reacted, see obviously what will happen is, this is one monomer unit which is of butadiene. This is another monomer unit which is of styrene. When they are going to result together into a polymer, they will be called as Buna-S. Now Buna-S, why it is called as Buna-S? You might be wondering, because see, Bu stands here for, the simplest way of remembering why it is called as Buna is because here Bu stands for butadiene, because we are reacting butadiene into the structure. Na, which is standing for sodium. Why sodium? Because sodium we have added inside, or the reaction takes place in the presence of sodium, which is Na. We already know that. And then obviously styrene. Why styrene? Because the second monomer unit that is joined with the butadiene is called as styrene. So the entire thing that has been formed in the final structure is called as Buna-S, which is called as butadiene sodium styrene or butadiene styrene rubber. So this was in general what do you mean by copolymer. Now let us understand whether there are different types of copolymers or not. So we have already seen that there occurs in total of majorly 4 different types of copolymers. Now, what is the 4 different types of copolymers? Now, if we talk about the 4 different types of copolymers, they are what? The first one, the first category of the copolymer is called as alternating copolymer. Now, what do you mean by alternating copolymer? As the name only suggests, if, for example, I say that A here is one monomeric unit, it is joined with B, which is another monomeric unit. So when A is in alternate positions, see A, B, then again A, B, and so on, when they are in alternate positions to one another, that type of polymeric chain or that type of polymer that is formed is called as alternating copolymer. The second category is called as, or the second type of copolymer is called as random copolymer. See, for simplicity purpose, we have taken A and B here to understand. If I'm saying that A and B, as you can see here in this entire polymeric chain that is formed, they are randomly arranged. There is no fixed set of, for example, here 2A were there, which is followed by a B, and then again a A, which is again followed by 2B. So there are no fixed set of polymers that are joined or monomers that are joined with one another. They're randomly arranged with one another. That is called as a random copolymer, which comprises of the second type of copolymer. The third category of copolymer is called as a block copolymer. Now, what do I mean by block copolymer? Here you can see that there are 7 different B units, which is obviously combining with 7 different A units, and then so on. This will be then followed by again 7 different A units, and then again 7 different B units. So when there are a block of 5 or 7, or in multiple fixed numbers, when they are followed by one another, they are called as block copolymer. And then comes the last category of copolymer, which is called as the graft copolymer. Now, if I need to understand what you mean by graft copolymer, you can see here that here one monomeric chain, which is A, on that monomeric chain, different B units, B monomeric chains are attached at random positions. So when they're randomly attached, when they're attached at random position, that type of arrangement is called as a graft copolymer. So in the coming video, we'll be studying in detail the biopolymers or the biodegradable polymers in detail. Make sure you're quickly revising the entire part of whatever we have studied till today. Until that time, stay safe, stay healthy, and keep on revising. Thank you.